Have you ever wanted to put your house on the market for sale, but wondered what happens when the buyer does their home inspection? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Hi everyone, Paul Lykins, broker associate with True Floridian Realty. So today we're going to talk about home inspections, but from the seller side of things. Most of the time when we think about home inspections, we're thinking about the buyer, and when an agent is acting as a buyer's agent, they'll give you an explanation of what the buyer can expect. But what can the seller expect? So in Florida, on an as-is contract, buyers have anywhere between 0 and 15 days, unless you negotiate a little longer, but typically you wouldn't, to have the home inspected. So that's their due diligence period. That's the time that they're allowed to have the house inspected to see what condition your home is in. And a lot of sellers wonder, well, what does that mean to me? So when selling your home, you should always disclose all known facts that could affect the value of the home to the potential buyer. So for example, if you had a house and at one point in time you had a leak, or you had a fire or flooding, anything that would cause concern for the next buyer, you should always disclose that. In the state of Florida, we use what's called a seller's disclosure form, and we ask that the seller fill that out. We're not allowed to, and it has questions about the property, and it's real simple. It has a yes, a no, or I don't know. And to the best of your knowledge, you should fill in that seller's disclosure form and provide any information that you know about your property that might affect its value to the potential buyer. Now, a lot of sellers get nervous or don't know the answers, and that's okay, as long as you provide information that you're aware of and that you know of about your property. Now, something you might want to think about as a seller of a property is getting a pre-home inspection. And basically that's where you, the seller, hires a home inspector to come and inspect your house before you even put your house on the market. That way, if there is anything, you know about it and you can address it yourself, and maybe it's not that big of a deal and you just get it fixed before your house even goes on the market. And if it is a big deal, then you're not surprised when you hear about it when the buyer does their home inspection. Okay, so it's the day of the inspection, and the home inspector and the agent and most likely the buyers are coming to your house. So what do you do as a seller? Well, first of all, you can leave. You don't need to be here. Let them have their time. It's part of the contract. You've agreed to a home inspection. The buyer has this right on their contract, and they're going to come in, and the licensed home inspector is going to do his or her job. Now, you can sit there, you can stand around if you want, but what I don't recommend is following the home inspector around and telling them, well, I did this and I did that. They've done these home inspections thousands of times, and they've seen everything. Let them do their job, and when it's all said and done, if there's nothing wrong with the house, the other agent and that buyer will let the selling agent, which will let you, the seller, know, hey, the house is in good shape. There's no issues. But if there is something wrong, they're going to let us know. And then at that point in time, you can address it. You're thinking, well, what are they going to do? What are they going to look for? Well, the home inspector is going to do his job. He wants to see the condition of your house so that the buyer can be aware of how good or bad the home actually is. So they're going to look at things like the roof. They're going to want to know how old the roof is. They're going to want to know how old the AC is. They're going to want to know how old the water heater is. They're going to make sure that the appliances are working. They will actually test the washer and dryer, the dishwasher. They want to see the stove, make sure it turns on and it works, the microwave. All these things that are part of the condition of the sale, if they're part of the home, that are staying with the house, they want to make sure they're in good working order and you know what shape they're in. All right, so the inspection's all done now, and they've got the report, and the buyer's agent and the buyer are going to talk about it. So a couple things can happen. First, the best result is nothing. The inspection went well, your house is in great shape, we love it, we're not asking for anything, we're ready to move on. That's perfect. Doesn't always happen, but it has happened a couple times. So that's the perfect result. The next result, hey, we found a few items, the house is in good shape, but you know, there's some things, it's old, there's some things that need to be repaired, and the buyer's gonna want a credit for those. So, first thing, rule number one, don't freak out. They're doing their job. This is what a buyer's agent will do. They're gonna look at the house, they got their inspection report, the buyer likes the house, but there's some things that they think, you know, need to be fixed, and they're asking you for a small credit to be able to address those issues after the close of the house. So if it's not so much and you can agree to it, or maybe you negotiate and meet them halfway, either way it works out, it's all workable and you can get through it, okay? Now, the other option is, maybe you don't want to give them a credit and you're like, hey, I'll take care of that myself and I'll get it fixed. Okay, this is very important. If you agree to make the repairs on something in your house and it's something major like electrical or plumbing, do not go hire your friend or your neighbor who is the attorney who dabbles in electricity to do the work for you, okay? You want to get a licensed professional to do those items. If it's small repairs around the house or something that you can do and it doesn't require a licensed contractor, yes, but just know that they're going to have the right to come back and re-inspect the work that was done before they closed on the house. And it is contingent on it being done correctly before they have to move forward and close on the house. And typically that happens towards the end where it's close to the closing, unless they come in sooner. So you want to make sure that you do it right so it doesn't hold up the closing of your house, especially if you're buying another house and it's contingent on the sale of this house and you went and did something boneheaded and didn't hire a licensed contractor and tried to do it poorly, it's going to end up blowing up in your face. So always make sure that if it needs a contractor, just hire the contractor or give them the credit. But either way, make sure you do it the right way. And then lastly, you can agree to do nothing. You can pull the my home is as is and take it or leave it. You do have that right to do that, but just understand they also have the right to say, no thank you, I don't want your house as is at that price. I'm going to go shop for a better house. So you can see there's a couple different scenarios that could take place for you, the seller, when your house is on the market and you're going through the home inspection period. I hope you found this information valuable. If you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button down below. Also leave a comment and the little bell, go ahead and click that and you can see all my future videos that I'll release coming soon. But you know, just remember, the inspection is just a part of the process that's going to happen during buying and selling a home. And most of the times we can get through it and it's an easy process with little headache. Sometimes the headaches are a little bit bigger, but the end result is most of the time you can work your way through it. So, a few tips to remember: if you're putting your house on the market, get your house inspected yourself. Do a pre-home inspection. That way you won't be surprised and you'll have a list of all the repairs and you can hire a contractor yourself to fix them before you even put the house on the market. Or at least you know, as my broker always says, knowledge is power, that you have that information at your disposal. Okay? The other thing, the seller's disclosure form. Fill it out yourself. Your realtor can't do it for you, at least here in Florida. You have to fill it out. Yes, no, I don't know. It's very simple. Be honest. Don't try to hide anything. Just answer the questions truthfully and you should be fine with all that. And the last thing, keep calm. Keep a calm head during the process. Remember, we're all trying to get to the same end result. Selling of your house, in their case, buying of your house, okay? Arguing and taking a defensive posture never works out well for anybody. You know, trying to get one up on the buyer and the buyer trying to get one up on you, the seller, that's not a good way to have a transaction. You want both parties to be mutually agreeable and happy with the outcome. You want to sell your house, they want to buy your house. It's a beautiful thing. You're taking the love that you put all your life and equity into for many years. You made this place your home, and now it's going to become their home to start their chapter. So if everyone works and keeps a level head, it can actually be a pretty smooth transaction and everyone gets along. Doesn't always happen, but most of the time it does. So just remember, stay calm and we'll get through it. You hire a good agent, such as myself, and I'll keep you calm and get you through all the steps and let me deal with all the headache. That's what we do as realtors. So we do a lot more than you think we do. We don't just put that sign in the yard. Anyway, my name's Paul Lykins. I am a broker associate with True Floridian Realty, and I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out my next video coming soon. All right, everyone take care and have a great day.